So as I record this, August 26th, today is 69 days from the 2026 general. Here is a quick little recap of what the election that will be coming up. Now, to be fair, and this still holds true, most Americans don't care about politics until after Labor Day, which is still a couple weeks away. So do take this with not a grain of salt, but do take this as an incomplete sandwich. At this point, there's probably no chance that the Republicans retain the House. Yes, we have successfully redistricted in a number of states, and that's about it. Some of those states, not all of the seats that quote unquote the press thought that we would gain, are going to go that way. I do believe that Moskowitz, say in Florida, retains his seat, even though it is now technically pink. I wouldn't exactly call it deep red. It's not. And a lot of those states in a wave-like year are going to go blue. But also, Donald Trump has not done a lot to help the party, and I don't think he cares. Where this time frame being this far out is important is you hear a lot of dire predictions for Republicans in the Senate. And at 69 days out, will Republicans lose a seat or two? Probably. But will they lose 4? I don't think so. Partially, it is because, yes, Americans generally don't pay attention until after Labor Day. And if you ask somebody, geez, do you like Congress? No. But then it's the famous question of, do you like your congressman or do you like your senator? And they're far more likely to say yes. Now, elections have weird pauses for the next couple days with the passing of Dolly Parton, which may be one of the few Americans that I don't think anyone has ever said anything bad about Dolly Parton. And universally loved. You kind of get a pause in election. You kind of get some good feelings. And good feelings, historically, help the party in power, at least for a couple days. Now, it's just a couple days. It's a blip. Once you get to Labor Day, that's when Americans care. And if the economy is still still bouncing along on a log, if gas prices are still high and no signs that they're going down, then yes, Republicans are far more likely to lose the Senate. I don't think Republicans lose the Senate because I just don't think there's enough open seats. And I think people are looking at fool's gold at Texas. I think people are looking at Alaska with the the weird rank choice system, especially with 2 Dan Sullivans on the ballot, and thinking, oh yes, these are definitely going to go blue. And you will see much more press. You will see much more advertisements. This is when people are going to start to watch football and be inundated with ads between tackles. Watch college football and be inundated with giant billboards of vote Republican, vote for this congressperson. Republicans in Florida will definitely be using the Democratic Senate candidate who's in the DSA to help those in South Florida jimmy up the vote, because we hate socialists, because many of us came from socialist countries. That's why I don't think Democrats get to 51. There are some states where Republicans probably lose. Ohio and North Carolina look like the 2 most likely, and potentially Maine. So maybe Democrats get to 50, but I can't see getting beyond that. And even when it comes to Maine, Collins has always figured out how to get to 50 plus 1 votes. Like, that is her superpower. But if I was a Democrat working for House candidates, I don't think a single Democrat in the House who is running for re-election is going to lose unless they are in a redistrict state. I just can't see a state going with an incumbent going from blue to red. That's out of a redistrict area. So my prediction at this point, Democrats go from 5 under to, I say, a 26-seat majority, 27-seat majority. And I'm just going to say right now, I'm going to say 51-49 Republicans in the Senate. I just don't think there's enough Democrats to. I think the elections will tighten, and I think right now, as you get close to the election, Republicans who are sitting on their hands, some of them will go out to vote, and some will come back to the party. So that's the long and short of it. Here we are, 69 days away, and we'll be here soon.